Hi guys, this is Heather, and I'm coming to you with a slightly belated P2 week 6 update. I did wait a couple of extra days, so my last week, what I'm counting as week 6, was actually about 10 days, and that's just because my LPW was right, or my last pellet weight was going to be right in the middle of week 7. So my round, I went about oh 6.5 weeks. Um, my LPW was 363.6. So for my elongated week 6, that leaves me, I was down 6.6 pounds from week 5. And then a total for round 1 was 38.6 pounds lost. I'm quite happy with that. I did stop measuring my inches a few weeks ago, just because the places that I measured, I just picked limited places, my bra band, my waist, my hips, and my thigh. That's all I picked. Those places weren't losing inches, yet I can still tell that I'm losing inches. I bought a new pair of jeans in week 4, and they fit just perfectly. Not too snug, not too loose, just very comfortably. Now they're falling off my hips. Um, if as long as I stabilize, I think I'll be able to wear them for baggy around the house jeans, but they're not really appropriate for work or going out in, which is why I bought them. They do fall right off my hips almost. I have to keep hitching them up, which is a good thing. I wasn't expecting to lose so much width off of my thighs and bellies, or else I wouldn't have bought a new pair of jeans. Anyway, it's a good thing. Let's see. Oh, I did change my channel name. I'm no longer Wide Open Spaces. I'm now Journey to Wonderland. And I think that's a better reflection of where I'm at right now in my weight loss journey. My long-term goal is to be under 200 pounds. I think my target weight would probably be right around 180, 175. Uh, I'm basing that on the fact of that's what I weighed in junior high. I've always been a big kid, a big woman. I was 5'10" and 175 when I was in junior high and high school playing basketball and volleyball. I was about a size 14 on the bottom at that point, and I think that's where I feel comfortable. Again, I haven't seen that in over 20 years, probably about 25 years, so we'll reevaluate. I mean, I'm in my 40s now, I might be happier a little higher, but basically under 200 is my goal, even if it's 199.5. I'll have to reassess and see, but I think I'd be okay with that. Um, so I'm no longer Wide Open Spaces. I just chose that name out of a hat one day because I had just gotten finished listening to my Dixie Chicks album and thought, hey, I like that song. I'll name myself that. Now I have a little bit more appropriate name. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was my transition to P3. Today is my first day of actual P3. I finished up my 72 hours of VLCD without the HCG. I finished that up last night. Today was my first day of P3. I'm a little nervous about transitioning to P3, just because it was really comfortable to have that structure and those hard written rules. You can't go over 500 calories a day. You must eat only these foods in this amount. And in a way, even though I'm not much of a rule follower by nature, I like to kind of live on the cuff and do whatever feels good in the moment. Even though I did find the VLCD portion of this round to be comforting because I didn't have to think about it. I could grill up some chicken breasts, cut them into 3.5 ounce portions, and put them in a bunch of baggies and have lunch for a week. Just grab a cucumber or some asparagus, and there you go. I didn't have to think. I didn't have to plan. I could cook for the whole week in one setting if I felt like it, and that was very freeing to me. I liked that. It's also, I think I mentioned a few minutes ago that my personality is spontaneous on the spur of the moment. I like to go with the flow. So, I'm not one that ever plans out my meals or plans out my day. Um, I have to be very strict and regimented at work. I have a technical job where I have to follow certain set rules and be very, very detail oriented. And I'm good at that. I've learned to be good at that. However, when I come home or when it comes to my personal life, I like to relax a little bit and not have to be so detail oriented. I find it very freeing. And I also find it a little, I resent it a little bit if something is interfering with my personal freedom at home. Is how I see it. Which that also, it leads into some eating issues. It also leads into my worry about P3, because my habits before was to be very, very regimented on a diet, follow it strictly to the letter, lose the weight, and then just get either one, I would get hungry because all other diets before HCG would leave me feeling a lack of something. Two is I would get bored of the regimen. I was like, oh, one more day. I'm not weighing anything. I'm not counting calories. I'm not counting carbs. I'm not counting fat grams. I'm just going to eat. How that's happened for me before after a diet is I just went from the regimen of the diet to rebelling against any regimen and having a food free-for-all, which we all know doesn't result in long-term sustainability of any losses you may have had. And I'm finding myself, my mind wanting to do that. I know last night I was like thinking to myself as I went to bed, oh, tomorrow's P3. I'm going to have a big cheese omelet and, anything that's P3 allowable, I'm just going to gorge on it. That's how I felt. And when I got up this morning, I knew that wasn't right. And I knew I had made a promise to myself to change my lifelong habits. And I knew if I went back to that old habit of just a free-for-all after a diet, that I would gain the weight back. And I'm so tired of being overweight. I've let it impact my life. It has impacted my life. It's impacted my life because I'm not guys, I'm sorry, I'm just rambling here. I do have a set of notes that I was supposed to follow, so this would be a very concise, organized video, but I just told you that I don't like I rebel, and I guess I'm rebelling right now against organization. Anyway, I woke up this morning and told myself, no, you spent the cash out of your own pocket. This was your last ditch effort before weight loss surgery. You need to change your life. You're 40, you've been fat all your life, with a few brief periods of being thin, but mostly fat all your life. It's time to change if I want to do the things that I want to do in my life. And so I got up this morning and I said, okay, you know what? I still don't have hunger because I've been doing the VLCD. My body's not used to a whole lot of food. I'm going to eat to hunger, but I'm going to add in slowly P3 foods. So this morning for breakfast, I chopped up some frozen artichoke hearts and some onions and kind of stir-fried those in, a teaspoon of olive oil and a teaspoon of coconut oil with some garlic. When those were nice and brown, I put in 3 organic eggs from the health food store and scrambled those up. And I actually ate those about 1 o'clock because I just was not hungry until then. And so I ate those. I still do have a little bit of trouble of knowing when to stop. And the best way I know when to stop now is asking myself, if I stop eating right now, will I be uncomfortably full in 20 minutes? And that's the question that's helped me to know when to stop. I don't know if that's what Robin Woodall was thinking of. I may be getting a little too full still, but it's definitely an improvement from just my free-for-all post-diet eating in the past. So I had those 3 eggs and artichokes with just a little bit of oil. I'm trying not to go overboard on the oil yet because my body hasn't had fat for 6 weeks, so I'm trying to add those in slowly. And I did eat that meal. And I didn't get hungry again until just a few minutes ago, and it's 8 o'clock now, so I think I ate 7:30ish. And I just had some grilled London broil steak and some dandelion green salad. I feel nice and full right now. It's been about a half hour since my meal. I might be a little bit too full, but I'm not uncomfortable. But I know if I had gone on and, there was an extra piece of meat left on the cutting board, and I was like, it's small enough, I could just eat it. And I'm I'm still heavy enough that it probably wouldn't have affected my stabilization calorie wise. I think I'm my P3 calorie count needs to be about 2,600 calories for me to maintain. I know I'm well below that because I just can't eat that much right now. So if I had gone ahead and eaten that last little bit of steak on the cutting board, it wouldn't have really affected my weight, I don't think. But I wasn't hungry, and I think if I had eaten that steak, I would have been uncomfortable right now. So, excuse me, my nose has been itching ever since I decided to videotape. Um, anyway, uh, yeah, so that's where I'm at. I'm eating to hunger, and I think that's going to be a lifelong practice because there's still my inner child or my old bad habit is rearing its ugly head inside my mind, thinking, saying, you can get away with more. You still weigh over 350 pounds. There's a lot more calories you could be eating, and you could enjoy yourself a little bit more with food. But I'm trying to learn that there's a way to enjoy yourself with food responsibly, and then there's my old habits. And my old habits are still right there with me, So I gotta work this like it's a program, and it's a medical treatment program. And I am really rambling today. I'm so sorry. Again, not too good with organization. Need to get better if I'm going to help anybody out with organized videos. I think that's all I wanted to say. I'll cut this off now because I am, again, just rambling. And you wouldn't believe, I did a whole hour worth of note-taking and reorganizing and making an outline so I wouldn't ramble. But I do like to rebel against too much organization. That's the Gemini in me. Let's see. I did have a few questions, and if you guys are done watching my video, that's the end of my HCG questions. My next question is, I heard there's a Facebook page out there, and I would like to be a part of that. If somebody could please send me the link, I would really appreciate it. That's all. Anyway, so I hope you guys have a happy Labor Day weekend. I think I might come back in a few days and come up with a few personal reflections on my round one. Again, why I'm here is to, one, keep myself accountable, and two, to really help out anybody else who has struggled lifelong with their weight. I really feel that this could get me back down, if not into a normal weight range, at least to a overweight weight range instead of morbidly obese. And I want to share my thoughts with all of you, but I hope I can help somebody else who is struggling with several hundred pounds of excess weight. Anyway, that's all for now. Guys, have a good Saturday, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.